The Last Human. An HFY science fiction short film. 30-minute script. Fade in. EXT, Galactic Council Station, Space. A massive orbital station orbits a dying star. Sleek alien ships dock at its ports. The architecture is ethereal, crystalline, clearly not human-made. Int. Council Chamber, Day. A vast circular chamber with floating platforms. Representatives of various alien species hover or perch on their designated areas. At the center, a lone figure in a simple environmental suit stands on a small platform, Commander Sarah Chen, 40s, the last known human. The Prime Arbiter, a tall being of pure energy contained in a geometric form, speaks with a voice like harmonized crystals. Prime Arbiter. The tribunal recognizes the defendant. State your designation for the record. Sarah. Commander Sarah Chen, formerly of the United Earth Defense Force. Serial number 7749, Delta, 9. Prime Arbiter. You stand accused of violating the preservation accords by refusing to surrender the final human settlement coordinates. How do you plead? Sarah. Not guilty. Murmurs ripple through the assembly. The vegan representative, a plant-like being with thorned appendages, rustles disapprovingly. Vegan representative. Impossible. The evidence is clear. Humanity's aggression led to the destruction of 17 worlds. Your species must be contained before. Sarah. Interrupting. Before what? Before we embarrass you again. Prime Arbiter. Commander Chen, you will show respect to this council. Sarah. Respect? You want to talk about respect? Let me tell you about respect. Sarah walks to the edge of her platform, addressing the entire assembly. Sarah, Siontide. 300 years ago, when the hegemony invaded Earth, what did your species do? She points to the crystalline Altarian delegate. Sarah, Siontide. The Altarians? You hid behind your barriers and waited. She turns to the insectoid hive mind representative. Sarah, Siontide. The collective? You calculated the odds and decided it wasn't worth the risk. Hive mind representative. Clicking sounds. Logic dictated. Sarah. Logic dictated that a species of barely 3 billion primitives wasn't worth saving. But you know what we did? Flashback, EXT, Earth orbit, 300 years ago. Massive alien warships descend toward Earth. Human vessels, crude compared to the alien technology, launch desperate counterattacks. Sarah, VO. We fought. Not because we could win, but because surrender wasn't in our vocabulary. Int. Human command ship, bridge, flashback. Chaos. Explosions rock the ship. A younger version of Sarah's ancestor, Captain James Chen, shouts orders. Captain Chen. All ships, ramming speed. If we're going down, we're taking them with us. EXT, space, flashback. Human ships, many damaged and on fire, accelerate directly into the alien fleet. Explosions bloom across the void. Back to council chamber. Sarah. For 72 hours, we held them off. Not with superior technology or numbers, but with something you've never understood, the refusal to give up. The alien delegates shift uncomfortably. Sarah, Siontide. And when the hegemony retreated, licking their wounds, did we celebrate? No. We looked at the stars and said, never again. Montage, human expansion, various time frames. Humans terraforming dead worlds. Human engineers working alongside alien species. Human medics treating wounded aliens during various conflicts. Human teachers sharing knowledge with alien children. Sarah, VO. We didn't conquer the galaxy. We joined it. We fixed it. When the plague of Xerion threatened to wipe out the Centauri colonies, who developed the cure? Int. Medical lab, flashback. Human scientists work frantically alongside alien researchers. Dr. Elena Vasquez holds up a vial of glowing serum. Dr. Vasquez. It works. The antibodies are stable. Sarah, VO. When the void storms threaten to collapse hyperspace lanes, trapping billions, who volunteered to guide the stabilization ships through impossible routes? EXT, hyperspace storm. Flashback. Human pilots navigate their ships through swirling cosmic chaos, their vessels barely holding together as they deploy stabilization beacons. Back to Council Chamber. Prime Arbiter. Your species' contributions are acknowledged. But the pattern wars, Sarah, were started by the hegemony's return. And we ended them. Vegan Representative. By destroying 17 worlds. Sarah. By sacrificing ourselves to save 1700 worlds. The chamber falls silent. Sarah, Silentide. You want to know why you're so afraid of us? It's not because we're violent. Half the species in this room are more aggressive than humans ever were. She pauses, looking around the assembly. Sarah, Silentide. You're afraid because we don't know when to quit. When every tactical analysis says retreat, when every probability matrix says surrender, when logic itself says it's impossible, we keep going. Flashback, the pattern wars, final battle. Earth burns. Massive hegemony ships rain destruction from orbit. In space, the last human fleet, heavily outnumbered, forms a desperate defensive line. Sarah, VO. The final battle at Earth. 15,000 hegemony ships versus our last 300 vessels. Int. Human flagship bridge, flashback. Admiral Reyes, Sarah's former commanding officer, stands amid sparking consoles and dying crew members. Admiral Reyes. All ships, this is actual. Pattern recognition indicates 99.7% probability of total defeat. He pauses, then grins. Admiral Reyes, Silentide. I've never liked those odds. Execute Omega Protocol. EXT, space, flashback. The human ships suddenly break formation, each heading for one of the massive hegemony dreadnoughts. Their hulls glow as they overload their reactors. Sarah, VO. We turned our ships into weapons. Our bodies into shields. Our deaths into victory. Each human ship collides with a hegemony vessel. The explosions are catastrophic, creating a chain reaction that devastates the enemy fleet. Back to Council Chamber. Tears flow down Sarah's face, but her voice remains strong. Sarah. We saved the galaxy by ending ourselves. The last human fleet, the last human colonies, the last human worlds, all gone. Except for one small settlement that you now demand I surrender. Prime Arbiter. The risk. Sarah. The risk of what? That 500 humans might inspire others to be better than they thought possible. She looks directly at each delegate. Sarah, Silentide. You've spent 3 centuries enjoying the peace we bought with our extinction. Living in the galaxy we made safe. Using the technologies we freely shared. And now you want to eliminate the last trace of the species that saved you. Altarian delegate. Crystalline chimes. The pattern data suggests human psychology remains unpredictable. Sarah. Unpredictable. Let me make this predictable for you. She removes a device from her suit, a dead man's switch. Sarah, Silentide. This is linked to my biosignature. If I die, naturally or otherwise, it transmits the coordinates of every safe haven, every hidden colony, every refuge in the galaxy to every species the hegemony ever oppressed. The aliens recoil in shock. Sarah, Silentide. You see, humans didn't just learn to fight. We learned to prepare. Scattered across the galaxy are sleeper cells, hidden caches, people who remember what we stood for. Hive mind representative. Agitated clicking. Impossible. Our sensors would have detected. Sarah. Your sensors detect what they're programmed to find. Humans. We learned to hide in plain sight 300 years ago. She activates a communicator. Suddenly, voices echo through the chamber, human voices, speaking from locations across the galaxy. Voice 1, calm. Sarah, this is Sanctuary Base. 5,000 strong and growing. Voice 2, calm. New Terra colony reporting. We've been sheltering refugee populations for decades. Voice 3, calm. Deep Space Station echo. Our shipyards have built half the medical vessels in the outer rim. More voices join in, until the chamber fills with the sound of human civilization, alive, thriving, and hidden throughout the galaxy. Sarah silences the calm. Sarah. We never went extinct. We evolved. We became what the galaxy needed us to be, the conscience you forgot you had. Prime Arbiter. Shaken. Why reveal this now? Sarah. Because you need to understand something. We're not asking for permission to exist. We're telling you we do exist. We always have. We always will. She walks closer to the center of the chamber. Sarah, Silentide. Every time a species chooses hope over fear, that's human influence. Every time someone fights impossible odds for what's right, that's the legacy we left. Every time the weak are protected and the strong show mercy, that's humanity living on. Sarah, Silentide. You can't preserve us in a zoo, and you can't eliminate us from existence. We're not just a species anymore. We're an idea. And ideas, counselors, are bulletproof. Long silence. The Prime Arbiter's energy form flickers, the alien equivalent of deep thought. Prime Arbiter. What do you propose? Sarah. Recognition. The right to exist without persecution. The guarantee that human settlements will be protected under galactic law. Sarah, Silentide. In return, we offer what we've always offered, our service. When the next impossible threat emerges, when the next crisis demands sacrifice, when the next challenge requires someone too stupid to know when to quit. She spreads her arms wide. Sarah, Silentide. We'll be there. Because that's what humans do. We don't run from the dark, we light candles and laugh at it. Prime Arbiter. After a long pause. The Council will consider your proposal. Sarah. No. The Council will vote. Now. Because while we're debating, there are human doctors saving alien lives, human engineers fixing broken worlds, and human teachers showing alien children that impossible is just another word for opportunity. The delegates exchange glances, communicating in their various ways. Prime Arbiter. Very well. All those in favor of recognizing humanity's right to exist under galactic protection. One by one, slowly at first, then more rapidly, the delegates signal their approval. Even the vegan representative reluctantly extends a thorned appendage. Prime Arbiter, Silentide. The motion carries. Humanity is hereby granted protected status under the Galactic Preservation Accords. Sarah nods, then surprises everyone by laughing. Sarah. You know what the funny thing is? We would have kept helping you anyway. Protection or no protection, extinction or no extinction. Because that's what we do. She heads toward the exit, then pauses. Sarah, Silentide. Oh, and counselors. The next time you face something impossible, something that threatens everything you hold dear, don't calculate the odds. Don't analyze the probability matrices. Don't look for the logical solution. She grins, fierce, determined, utterly human. Sarah Chen. Just ask yourselves one question: what would a human do? Galactic Council Station, Space. Sarah's small ship detaches from the station and heads into deep space. As it disappears into hyperspace, lights begin appearing throughout the galaxy. Hidden human settlements, revealing themselves for the first time in centuries. Sarah VO. They say humans are the only species that looks at the impossible and says, "Hold my beer." Maybe that's true. Maybe that's exactly what the galaxy needs. The camera pulls back to show the entire galaxy, dotted with points of light, human civilization, spread like stars across the cosmic dark. Sarah VO. Because somewhere out there, in the black between the stars, is something that wants to hurt what we've built together. Something that thinks the civilized galaxy is weak. Sarah VO. And when it comes, not if, when, it's going to learn what every bully in history has learned when they picked on someone smaller than them. Sarah VO. Sometimes the little guys know how to fight back. Fade to black. Title card, Humanity, F***yeah. Fade out. The end. Production notes. Runtime, approximately 30 minutes. Tone, inspirational, defiant, with moments of humor. Themes. Human resilience, sacrifice, the power of ideas, refusing to surrender. Special effects, space battles, alien environments, holographic displays. Cast requirements, 1 human lead, 6 to 8 alien voice actors, background extras.